welcome to Sisterhood Connection. This is Michelle.
And this is Erica, and we are so glad you ladies are back. We're so glad you're joining us this week. This is going to be a good topic this week. I know, listen, we had a good time talking to Mr. Billy Brown last week and learning all of his time and ordeals and everything that went on with his success in the music industry. So we had a good time. But this week, we're doing a movie review.
Absolutely. Okay, so this week, we are going to be talking about The Amateur, starring Rami, Malek, and Laurence Fishburne. Now, you would think, from the name of it, if you've seen some of the trailers and you see this is more of like a psychological thriller, it would be like, oh my God, I'm trying to think of what movie would be like a good mental movie plus an action movie, like a Jason Bourne or I got a special set of skills. Liam Neeson. Yes. Or Taken.
All of them.
Yes. Yeah. Meets like, I can't even think of a good one. I don't even know a good psychological one.
Yeah, it was this one was a really true psychological thriller. Like you literally had to keep, in my opinion, literally had to keep up with his mind. Because I mean, they tested him? He had we're skipping it. We're not going to go into details. Right. But this one was a true psychological thriller, whereas it did remind me of Taken a little bit, except Taken had more of the action, more of, I want to say, gore. The
physicalness. I think the physical part of like the Taken, and they had more physical action in it versus the Amateur. Because I mean, he's the amateur,
right?
So he's, he doesn't have that whole ha-cha, all that, behind him. He has his mind. So he has to use that against the physical, strategies of criminals or whatever. So a brief synopsis of the movie. So you have this mental CIA, man who can do all the stuff behind the scenes, all the, what did he create? I'm trying to think.
He was doing a lot of the coding and the programming and the AI security, top secret security stuff. Yeah.
Data breach and security. That's what it was. I was like, it was something on that little thing, but more like the data breach and all that stuff. So he's creating all the, ways to secure the CIA more, the US more. And something happens and it's like, oh, I have to get revenge on these people. So then he goes and asks for, I want to be trained how to be a CIA agent, and they're like, ha, whatever. We'll go ahead and, give you this to help you deal with your grief. And from there,
they appeased him. Actually, it was more of an appeasement. Okay.
Sorry. I'm like, okay, we'll go ahead. But he gets into this whole thing where he's going to be a CIA agent. But then that's where he meets Laurence Fishburne. And as you've seen, like in the trailer, it's like, shoot me, this whole little part, and he can't do it. Yeah. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? So it turns out where instead of using this physical gift that he doesn't really have, he uses his mental gift
that he clearly has.
Yes, that he clearly has to do the things that he needs to do to seek the revenge for his wife's death. Basically, that's really a very basic, stripped down version of the movie.
Right. And the wife literally was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, I believe. She was taken as a hostage, attempting to save someone else's life. And in doing so, they grabbed her. And he had to avenge her, or he attempted to avenge her death. And I mean, listen, I'm just going to, he was successful.
Yeah.
But it was very unconventional. He was very, very, you know what, Michelle, it just hit me. This movie literally was kind of like a twisted, or not really twisted, an intertwined movie of MacGyver. Think back at the 80s.
Okay.
It's like, I got to do this because these men took my wife's life. She was innocent in this. So now he's mad, but he doesn't have that Liam Neeson, ready to go pick him down. So he used his mind. So to me, it was like a little bit of MacGyver. A little bit of...
Yeah, that is perfect because I was thinking when I was like kind of trying to compare, but I'm like, MacGyver, really? But Duh. Great minds. Oh my God. Look at the great minds. Look at the great minds.
The only thing I did not care for with this particular movie that was a little, MacGyver had nothing to do with it. But with MacGyver, you could see him actually taking a toothpick, a rubber band, and a matchstick and creating some sort of device to change the world, to get out of a certain
fly
situation.
Off and do something. Yeah, exactly.
Right. But with him, it was just, he would pop up and it's like, it's already done. I will say he had the brilliant mind because he kept them, like they say, you know that saying, in order to get to a criminal, okay, that's not the right saying. But anyway, in order to outthink a criminal, you have to think like a criminal.
Yes.
I know that's not the same, but y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I get the gist. Yeah, we get it.
With his training, he's like, listen, I know the criminals, do their thing, but his special set of skills is he can go into any computer, any phone, hack, build, do things that normal people, laymen's like me.
Now she gonna tear that computer apart and put it back together. I'm just saying.
That's about it. Now, I mean, I'm the one where, listen, I got to go avenge somebody. Let me call my girl. Matter of fact, we could be a team and a half because, listen, we talked about this, the past couple of episodes. I think you called me the rebel. You didn't call me the rebel.
I said, what did I call you? I don't even know.
It wasn't
a rebel, but it was more like, if you were to, let's say you're looking at social justice, you would say Malcolm and Martin. That's the basic, how that would typically fall out. But I guarantee Martin had a little something in there. Just didn't let it out, but it was there. I'm just saying.
It was there. It was there. Malcolm is like, is this the tone you set? And
right.
I'm like, hey. If this is the tone we're doing,
let's get it. Okay. We go, because y'all know we will go way down.
Somewhere
we will do it. I know.
Somewhere but as far as the movie, I mean, there were certain because remember, not to tell, we're not going to give you any spoilers, but remember he was early on in the movie, he was trying to hack some sort of system. Like he was playing a game. It was more of a game that he had been doing for 5 years, trying to figure out who this guy is he's been, talking to or trying to get their information and hack their system. I don't know. It's kind of like a game, not a video game, but to him, he loves puzzles.
Yes.
Speaking of which his wife he didn't know it. She was traveling, which is another thing that never quite got answered. But she bought him a gift. It was a personalized gift, I believe, of some sort. And she says, what was the note for my guy who loves puzzle, for my puzzle who loves puzzles? Or something of that, because he loves to solve things. That's just his thing.
Yes.
Sounds like somebody I know, not me.
And I'm sitting there like, this for real. When I saw, when he pulled it out, I'm like, ooh, wow, I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited, like, oh. And see if I can find one of these.
So when he pulled it out, I'm like, what's that? Okay. What does that do? What is that? Oh,
I'm sitting here like, you have to undo it to see what's inside.
I thought it was she was in on it. I did. I'm like, it's a flash drive of some sort of a secret code that they knew she had. And that's why she passed it on to him, because of this code. Yeah.
Right. Because I was like, the wife plays a part. The wife has a major part in this, because why would they target the wife? What is her role? What did she do? What didn't she do? Who does she know? And I'm just like all over the place in my mind, going down the rabbit hole before they even get to the next scene, because I'm trying to figure it out before they figure it out. And that's the fun of it. It's like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next one. Yeah. And it's like the whole who done it, who can you trust, who can't you trust? And then when it all boils down to it, do you have what it takes inside to do whatever you need to do? Can you think on your feet? And he was a master at thinking on his feet. But like you said, the whole thing with, you see where he's done the deed or done whatever deed he's going to do. How did he get to that point? You're in a foreign country. You supposedly never traveled. You've been, all of a sudden you have all these things you need to do Liam Neeson. But how did you get that stuff?
Right. And see, that's the thing. Okay, we left out a certain part. He had to travel abroad to several or multiple destinations abroad because he's trying to capture, were they Russian
I
or
don't know. Different. I think all of them were different nationalities.
yeah, some sort of nationality. But anyway, so he had to travel to try to get these men one by one, try to find. But they never show how he's traveling there, what means is he using, because you gotta have the funding somewhere. So I get that he's with the CIA and the secret, that type of thing. But at the same time, so I get, the fake IDs and things you can create, that kind of thing. But still, it would be nice to see how he did it versus I'm here. I set this guy up. And I will say it was genius. Some of this stuff he was setting up, I didn't see coming, but it's like, I'm here and I've set this up and I played this role of, what am I going to do?
Yes, the damsel in distress.
Trying to just tell me and I'll let you go. And it would just show him he's already did the MacGyver thing and built the explosive device of some sort. He's already done it. Now, like you said, Michelle, you're in a foreign country.
Right. Where do you get this stuff from? Who are you talking to? How are you getting from point A to point B to point C? How are you doing all this stuff? I think that would be good to show. It's like, oh, okay, well, you did a MacGyver. You pulled out a ruler, then you pulled out some scissors, then you pulled out a pencil, and now we can fly. I'm like, okay, so yeah, put that back on the screen. Put that back on the screen. Put that back on the screen, y'all. Please help me understand why it is the cutest. Okay, now that is cute. I'm not gonna lie, it is a cute little whatever it is. Okay, y'all, does that not look like a kid teething ring? I'm just saying, and it's a mouse. I love it. It's cute for days.
It look like, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's a mouse.
It's cute, but that thing like a teething ring.
See, us women, we listen. What you need?
Right.
We just sung last week. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want, babe.
We're not gonna sing it, so we got whoa.
Okay, but no, it's just
okay. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I'm gonna hit the note, but okay, I'm gonna join you. No, we're not doing it.
Oh, I was gonna pull out my microphone.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, it would have been nice to kind of see actually how he's getting to his destinations, how he's getting his necessary tools and supplies to do what he needs to do, who's helping him. Because there's no way you can navigate this foreign land on your own and do the things he did. So that's why I just felt there was some things that could have been answered. Yeah. I would say better. It just wasn't answered at all. He's there.
He's there. He's done what he's going to do. And next.
Right.
But how did he do what he did?
How did he do it?
I mean, help me understand.
And they were tracking it. Well, they thought they were tracking, but they were tracking him. So how is it that?
Right. It's a lot of unanswered questions on this whole journey, on this whole ride. But I'm like, okay, I see what you were doing. The goal, I guess, the whole theme or the goal of it. Okay, yeah, you have to avenge your wife's death, and you're going to go about it the way that you know how to go about it versus the typical, I'm gonna beat up everybody and choke you to death or something.
Right. I can knock out 10 men with one spin kick.
Exactly. Like, this is dumb.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Let's talk about Mr. Fishburne.
Okay. Let's talk about Mr. Fishburne.
Mr. Fishburne, I will say, played his role to the T. However, he's had plenty, in my opinion, plenty of practice playing this same sort of role.
Yes.
Because there were some parts that I'm like, okay, that looks a little bit like The Matrix.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of like which I'm not taking anything away from him because he was very good. He was
he's perfect.
I will say this. There was a part where his job was to actually train these agents to become killers, whatever. So they sent the amateur, I can't think of his name, sent him, Mr. Charlie Heller, sent him to train him. And Mr. Fishburne was giving a briefing on what type of person Mr. Heller is. So he's already, I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's like, why y'all done sent me this wimpy? What am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
You know, I'm used to the alpha, ready to do what I gotta do. I don't care about, I gotta do what I gotta do. I have a job to do. But you sent, really? So he gets kind of trying to force this guy to man up, literally. He's like, come on now, you gotta do what you gotta do. So he gives Mr. Heller, Charlie, his gun. And he walks up to him and he says, point it to my chest. And it literally points it to his chest and he says, pull it. Pull it. This is what you want to do. This is what you got to have. Pull it. And of course, Mr. Charlie is like, I don't even, he didn't even want to take the gun, which was weird to me.
Right.
It was like,
how you going to go train? How you going to go to avenge somebody, but you don't even want to touch the gun?
Touch it. I mean, he literally, Laurence Fishburne had to force it in his hand. And it's like, you know, this guy has tried everything he could, the trainer, to teach him what you need to do just by talking. And finally, it's like, you won't even take the gun. Right. You don't have any special set of skills with any martial arts or, boxing, and you're just strong. What you here for? Why are you here? Yes. Can you please undo it? What is the point? Yeah. However, this man did get his revenge. Yeah, he did get his revenge. He did, I think, for him to push past his fears. I think the whole, part of that whole process was pushing past his fears and doing the things that work best, doing what he needed to do, but doing it in his way. Versus the typical way, or versus what's expected, what worked for him. Right. So for out of that lens, then this was a learning experience, for him. And it was for everybody, because literally they, you know how it is with corporate America or any job, that when you train to do a certain job, you train everybody the same way. Well, there's other ways to skin a cat. And he showed everybody, I don't have to do that. I can outsmart you. And he outsmarted them. And he outsmarted them all. He outsmarted his own team. Well, there wasn't his team, but his own people. They couldn't keep up with him. So exactly. He outsmarted them all. But okay. So overall, first question, would you choose to go see this movie first week again? Do you feel it's worth, like, I would go see this again first week? No. It would be more so, oh, okay. Oh, that's out. I'll go see that. Yeah. Same here. I agree. I agree. Okay. So what are your thoughts? Rotten Tomato? Nope. Wait, how many stars? Nope. Yeah, how many stars? Peaches. So this one out of 5, this would be like a 3 and a half. That would be a good 3.5 for this one. Okay. What about you? I'm about on the same. I really thought you would enjoy it much better than I did, because it's a psychological thriller. I'm more of an action person, to a certain extent. I don't need to see details of folks, but doing stuff. But I prefer a little more action. It had it, but it was a little more psychological. Yeah, I would give it a 3. Would I choose Would you actually go to the theater to see that movie, knowing what you know? No. I would wait for, the streaming. And not saying it wasn't a good movie. It was a good movie. Like we said, it was, to me, they just left out some parts that I thought was necessary. It would have answered questions to where, to me, I wouldn't be sitting here thinking, y'all know me by now. Did I miss something? Did something just drag by? I zoned out. I did go to the restroom at one point, but I just thought it was me, because I'm like, I don't understand. How did he get there? Did I fall asleep for a second? And then after talking to you, it's like, okay, it's not just me. You missed a lot. It was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because then, of course, when you look at some like movies and stuff from the end, and then you think back to, oh, that's why they did so and so. This makes sense now. It was more of like they left some stuff out. Because how is he in Prague? Not really in Prague. I'm just saying, how is he there and now he's over in Japan? How did he get there? Rome, or they thought he was in Rome. It was just Rome or something. How did you get there, and where are you getting these? Psychological thriller that had me. And it wasn't a lot of action, but to this day, and it's been over 30 years maybe, or close to it. But to this day, it's one of my favorites. You remember Fallen with Denzel Washington? That right there, because it was psychological, but it was a lot of, they were very detailed, in my opinion. And I've heard other people say they didn't like it. They didn't care for it. But for me, it was detailed enough to where I didn't have any questions. Now, religiously, spiritually, yes, there were several.
Don't touch me. Do not touch me.
Especially now, I know we're veering off. We're done with the whole movie. Go see the movie if you're into the psychological thrillers. Go see it.
Yes, I do say go see it. I will say yes, go see it.
Yeah, I still think it's a movie you should. You won't be disappointed, like completely disappointed. But it's not like that was an amazing movie.
But yeah, it would be one that I would say go see, just to see how he portrays this role of the nerdy data breach security analyst type guy, Laurence Fishburne's character. What's the guy? He wasn't in it a lot, but he's been in a trailer. He was in the movie. Nope. He was in the TV show. Is that still him? This Is Us. If you know that TV show, it was a very popular show.
I watched. I didn't watch the entire time. I watched like the first season or two.
He was the dad, and right now I'm like, what is his name? And I know his.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
He was. No. Who's the black guy? The other detective or agent?
Oh,
his partner.
I have no clue.
He looks just like. Okay, y'all. I actually meant to Google this. He looks just like. Okay, think back to the late 70s, early 80s. Y'all know my
late 70s, early 80s. Oh my God. Okay, okay, go.
It might be mid 80s now that I think about it. Around the time with In the Heat of the Night. When it first came out. I'm trying to think but there was another actor, and he was a famous actor. He looks so much like this guy. And I'm like, I wonder if that's his son, brother. When I say, and I'm like,
I thought you would absolutely look that up because I have no. I'm gonna say, do you have your phone? Because I need to know now.
It wasn't In the Heat of the Night. He played in a movie the movie I'm thinking about. He played in like a war movie. I remember him in fatigues, and they had this dark-skinned black guy. He looks just like him. And I'm like, yeah, they cannot be the same man because that man looked that age back then.
Oh, back then. Okay.
So I'm like, this can't be him. So that's why I'm like, are y'all related somehow?
Yeah, I need you to find that. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no clue. I'll
find him. Anyway, well, that's our take, our thought, our movie review, our 2 cents from the ladies for this month's movie review, The Amateur. I think that my expectations were higher than what I got with the movie.
But it's still a good one.
It's still a good movie.
You won't waste your time going. It will be still an experience. You'll enjoy it.
You will enjoy it. So go see it. So what's going on? Oh, what's our next movie for next month?
I was just about to say, okay, so what's our next movie?
I know what is not.
April. Whatever.
I know what is not. I was not. She wanted it. I'm gonna say
anyway, so the one we are going to go check out is going to be Star Force. Harry Washington and Omar Sy or C. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I will by the time the movie comes out. We're going to take a look at that one.
Can't wait.
And the one we're not going to take a look at anymore is Thunderbolts, but we'll, whatever. Well, anyway, thank you.
I'm just going to say this. After seeing the trailer while waiting for the Amateur movie to start, when I tell you I was sipping that Pepsi slushy like nobody's business trying to figure out why does she want to see this movie?
Marvel.
Then it hit me. It's payback for the Wolfman.
My goodness.
And that's my 2 cents, but that's okay. We're not seeing it. It's okay. My bad. I don't know. There was nothing else playing but the Wolfman. But yeah, the Thunderbolt and the Wolfman.
You know what? It's Marvel. That's all I have to say about that. I might see it on my own anyway, and I might sneak a little something in there. She'll
be by herself.
We'll see. But on that note, we're going to bid everyone adieu and hope you all have a good weekend, good week, and all around good time.
See you next week.
You're a spare.
Baby, tell me to go.